Good morning, it is July 10th, 2017, and I was just motorcycling for the last 2 weeks. A lot I want to talk about there, but kind of blowing up at the moment about Redacted. If you open the App Store right now, the very first app there is my app, which is crazy. So, thank you, Apple. A lot of people asked how I got featured. I didn't do a thing. I didn't even know I was featured until someone on Twitter tweeted a screenshot. And I was like, hey, you're featured. And I was like, cool. Kind of a bummer, actually. Not to like sound like a jerk, but it wasn't really ready to be featured. It's not like it's not where I want it to be. I'm not proud of it. But I wanted to go ahead and launch it when it was like sort of ready, just to like get some feedback and see if people are into it. And they featured it. So now I'm kind of like working on it a ton to get it where it needs to be. So hopefully I'm gonna submit an update in a couple hours, and hopefully it'll come out really soon, and then it'll do better the tail end of the future. A lot of things I'd like to do, I just don't have time to do before I need to submit. I should have already submitted it, but I didn't. Anyway, so yeah, so I mentioned it's not doing very well. I've shared some of the graphs on Twitter. I'll put some links to the tweets in the description. Basically, so you can guess how much I've made year to date. I launched it a week before the feature. And then it's been featured since Thursday. Today's Monday. Have a guess? Just think of it. $900. Which as a side project, like, cool, $900. All right. Can't complain. If you think about it like hourly rate wise, even with like a very low hourly rate, let's just say $100 for the sake of argument. Like a long day's work, a day and a half's work. I spent way more time on it than that. So thinking about like I'm gonna work on some side projects instead of doing like full-time contracting to pay the bills. This is not doing that, which is a bummer. I kind of really hoped it would. Living in Kentucky right now, I don't need nearly as much as I would need living in San Francisco to pay the bills, which is very cool. But this didn't even make, that much. I mean, not even a month's rent. My rent's more than $100. So, and that's also like the amount I need to make per month is more than this as well. Because my wife's also working and, paying for a lot of things. So, yeah. I mean, it's going to make some more money before the end of the month, that's for sure. I don't think it's going to double or triple what it's already made. But it's possible. Maybe this update will help. Had a lot of people interested in the business model of, how I'm charging and stuff. I was charging $2 and then did like a sale for the first week, made it $1. To help like get some people to buy it quicker. That didn't really work that well. So I put it back to $2. It was just scheduled. I didn't even think about it. And then it was featured, and I looked, and the first 2 days of the feature, Thursday, Friday, it didn't really do anything. Or I guess Friday, Saturday, whatever. It was like $200 for the number one spot on the store. And I was like, man, all right, I'll just lower the price to $1 and see if that helps. And it didn't really help that much. I think a lot of people were like, you should raise the price to like $6, like get the most out of your feature. And I was like, that's terrible advice because no one's buying it at $1. No one's going to pay for it at $6. Someone's like arguing that people are more likely to pay for a utility app if it costs more than if it's cheaper. Which I think there's some people that would do that. Like I would pay for it if it was $3. I'd pay for it. $5, I'd probably be like, I don't know. On iOS. On Mac, I don't have a problem with that. Which I think it is $5 on Mac. Maybe it's $7. I don't remember. Anyway, so yeah, ideally, I'd like to make it free, and then in-app purchase to remove a watermark or to get more like features or something. Maybe like you only get the pixelate, and if you want blur or black bar, you could pay. I don't know, like $1 just to unlock all the things. Haven't really, like, I'd like to do that, and I started and spent like an afternoon on it, and was just like, this is going to take so much time. I don't have the time to do that. Especially like I need to see if you've already paid for it, and then if you have paid for it, like you purchased it in the store for more than zero, then I need to give it to you for free and not make you IAP again. That would be really crappy. So that alone is really difficult, just due to the way the receipt stuff works. So I'm just not gonna have time to do that before Thursday. I'd like to do it at some point. Can't do it this week. I have client work I need to be doing right now. And I'm working on another project with my friend Matt that's going to come out really soon. Yeah, I hadn't planned to spend time on it this week. So I canceled my plans on the weekend after being gone for 2 weeks. Came home Friday night, and then Saturday, Sunday, I just worked on it all day because I was like, I got to get the most of this feature. And, family's understanding, which is nice. So, what else? Talk to a few. I have 2 friends that make a living. I have 3 friends. I have 3 friends that make a living on the App Store, just independently. Like, one dude puts out apps that pays their bills. I know 3 people, and they had the same thing. Like for this app, they thought freemium, like free with in-app purchase, would do well, and one of them, my friend Ryan, that runs Black Box, which is a fantastic game. If you haven't seen it, I'll put a link. It's just insane. It's not like a regular game. It's like a how smart are you with your phone. It's awesome. Anyway, he had a lot of feedback about screenshots and stuff and how that would help, and just like general marketing stuff because he's been really successful. He won like a Game of the Year, I think, and like a Apple Design Award. He definitely won an Apple Design Award. He's just crushing. Anyway, just one dude, which is awesome. So a lot of really helpful things for him. I spent, like I said, probably Friday or Saturday afternoon working on the receipt stuff and in-app purchase, and just like, screw it, I can't work on this. It's going to take too long. So I started working and made the photo extension really quickly, which is cool. A lot of people on Twitter seemed excited about it, so that's cool. I didn't know people use photo extensions, so all right. Number 1 requested feature. Would never have guessed. What else? Things. And then built, made it faster. That was like just a kind of refactor, and then like change out one piece of technology for another. It now uses like the GPU for all the drawings, so it's a lot of it. Anyway, and then a bunch of other like small features. And kind of some more rejiggering around like the photo extension and sharing some stuff between that and like the main app. Anyway, so basically just like made it faster, photo extension, and then like fixed a bunch of small things. And I spent probably 8 or so hours on all of that, maybe more. Because I went and saw some friends Saturday night, and then like hung out with some family yesterday for part of the day. But I worked on it as much as I could. And then yesterday, Sunday, I spent more time than all that engineering working on the screenshots and like the marketing stuff. Oh my gosh, it takes so much time. And I'm not even done. I'll probably spend another half day on it today, which is why I haven't submitted. I just didn't have time to finish all of the stuff. So yeah, that was interesting to me, that the marketing stuff took longer than the engineering, which I guess makes sense. And when I was working on Cheddar like forever ago, I spent a lot of time on design and marketing, way more than engineering. Like I made the iPhone app in like a couple days, but then spent like a ton of time like working on all the other stuff. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, I need to go to the office and continue working on this. Yeah, I keep looking around like there's something to tell me what I'm about to say, but whatever. Yeah. So there's that. I've had so many tweets, more tweets than I've had like in a long time. Like every time I open my phone, I think I have like 30 plus replies, which is crazy. And I have a lot of things muted. Even like whole threads, like tons of people replying to one thread. Like, all right, I can't deal with this anymore. Just everyone armchair like running a business. So, someone's like, you should do this and this and this. And I was like, that seems kind of weird. And I look and I was like, cool, you like, don't make apps. You know, you're not anywhere related to this. You know, we don't have any mutual followers. You're just like some guy that's like telling me what. But it's not like, hey, I think you should do this. It's like, you should do this. Like, very direct. And I get, like, that's most of the tweets. It's just people that don't know about this giving me advice, which is, at first I was like, oh yeah, let's listen to everyone, and then I was like, that's a terrible idea. So now I'm mainly just like via iMessage talking to my friends that know what they're doing, and not other people. So I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I appreciate everyone's enthusiasm. I don't want to sound like a jerk, but it's also, I feel like it's like sports. If people sit on their couch and like tell the coach what they should do, like, that's silly for a lot of reasons, and I feel like it's the same sort of like mindset here. So anyway, one other thing I want to mention. So I've been featured a lot of times. Not to sound cocky, or whatever, arrogant. I guess it's the same thing. I always think of it differently though. Anyway, I guess I think of cocky as overconfident, and arrogant as something. Maybe they are different. Anyway, I don't want to don't want to sound arrogant. But a lot of the things I've worked on have been featured. I don't know why. One of them, there was a reason. Two of them, like via connections at Apple, that they're intentional about. You know, like reached out to the App Store people and like they talked and showed a cappuccino, gave a demo, that sort of thing. And I've given a demo at Apple to App Store people several times, which it's hit or miss if that works out for you. So it's not the end of the world if this doesn't work, and they featured apps I've worked on more than once before. Also not a big deal. But it's not something like, while it is not like a super rare thing, it's also not something you can just like make happen right away. There's a lot of factors that go into making this happen. One of the ones I worked on lightly was Editor's Choice, and it was Editor's Choice in every app store, as far as I know, 18 at least. So that was a lot of time. Gosh, the marketing materials cut alone in every language just took super long time. Anyway, but it's like they send out like newsletters and they tweet it and they put us on Facebook. It's just like everywhere. So like this is a huge like coordinated push from Apple a lot of times. So it's not like you can just like, hey, feature me, and they're like, yeah, sure. It's a big thing. So it's not something you can just make happen, but it does happen if you put out good stuff. Which this is not good, so I don't know why it's. Anyway, maybe that's misleading. I think if you just put out really good apps, you're not going to get featured unless you either have a history of doing that or like know someone, or I don't know. I don't know how it happens. I honestly don't, but I always get lucky for some reason. And I don't think it's like they know my account as like good software, because my account hasn't put out very many good things in a long time. It's most of my work's like client accounts, so I don't know. Anyway, this is getting long. This is freaking 13 minutes, so let's end this. Thanks for watching.